and this video is going out, and it is, yeah, about between 5 and 6 o'clock. I haven't checked the exact time. It has been a busy day. It's a gorgeous day. It's looking lovely outside. Blue skies. Well, okay. Now there's a little bit of a dark cloud coming over. I don't know why that is. Maybe I should quickly change into wearing white all of a sudden. But just half joking, half not. You never know. Could be the reason. Oh, I can see a little bit more of the sunlight there. Maybe I should put on the white. Yeah, it's really, like, I've got to explain this to you. There's been really beautiful, bright blue, sunny skies today here in Scotland, and all of a sudden this gorgeousness has just turned into this dark, ominous, not black, but grey and black, almost in areas, type of cloud coming over. But the sun's still shining on, so we're lucky there. Now, I did say, if you've watched the rugby story with the Mr. Men recently, you'll have really enjoyed that. I really did as well. It was great just to actually get a Mr. Men book on rugby. Wow. Anyway, that aside, I said that I would try and learn some more French, so I thought a good one to learn would be play fair. And so I looked up online on 2 different areas. I looked it up just naturally online to translate it, and I got something, and I thought about it, and I thought, imagine I'm being tricked and this is saying, like, go France, go, and I'm loyal to France or something like that. Because that's what kind of, like, sounded like when you say it. I was like, Franck, well, that must be, like, French, surely. And then I looked it up somewhere else, and it gave me, like, a different translation. So I'm going to try and see if I can remember them. And obviously this is not just, like, aimed at one side. It's aimed at everyone, particularly in a game of rugby, because you really need it in order to keep the players as safe as possible, because rugby's tough enough, and our players are, but, you know, it's important to do things to the best of the ability. So play fair in French is something like, let's see if I can get it right. What I was given, let's hope I'm not being checked here, is jouer franc jeu. Jouer franc jeu, or jouer franc jeu. Jouer franc jeu. And être loyal. And that means the same thing, apparently. It really does sound like, go France, go. And so that would be interesting for, obviously, someone from Scotland, wouldn't it? So here I am in Scotland, obviously cheering on Scotland, loving my own team. But really, you know, what we've got here ultimately, to be honest, is what's also known as the Old Alliance. France and Scotland have long been good friends, and it's really interesting actually to kind of like see our rugby teams meet up in such a privileged position because of the discipline that they're able to kind of put onto their daily lives. They get to do this, so it's really quite fun, and I'm really thankful they get to do it and that we all get to enjoy it as well. So here's hoping everyone is safe where they are and they stay well, they have a great time, and that both teams, all people, really enjoy themselves watching it. Obviously, I'm, you know, I'd like my team of Scotland to win, but I'm sure whatever happens, it will be a great time. So that's it. That being said, have I got anything else to say apart from jouer franc jeu and être loyal? Is it foire? Jouer? Foire? Jouer? for something. I will double check that. I'm going to have to do a little bit of language lesson. Listen out for the podcast as well. Make sure you're keeping up with those. There's one that's got to go out later on today, and then we've got the 7th one coming out tomorrow over that 7 days, from the 21st of March all the way to tomorrow, 27th, and then I'm going to continue on another 3 days on that. So it's kind of extending itself along. Really enjoying it. It's mixed in with a lot of Genesis and looking at that time where the tribes are all being blessed, but it's kind of like bringing Judah and stretching that along, looking at what comes out of the tribe of Judah, which is obviously Christ, and how that brings all the tribes together. And so David and Solomon on 2 Chronicles at the moment is also being looked at, and St. Paul as well, so Semple and the links there, which of course I'm Scottish, but Semple is also known as having that link to France in terms of Semple, which can mean humble, but it's actually being related to St. Paul, so it sounds kind of similar, like Semple. I'm not sure how you would say that, but I know Saint is obviously Saint, and so it would make sense. In any case, we are going to look further into all of that. What else have we been up to? We're looking at different ways to really like help people as well and support like strong pandemic recovery. That's also been something that's been ongoing as well on Education Lighthouse, so that's something else. You might want to check that out. So there's a podcast on Love Lighthouse, that's on Apple Podcast or on Anchor Podcast or on any of Anchor's different links and partners. They've got tons. So I'm linked up to lots of different kind of modes and different stations. You can listen to me there on Love Lighthouse. And you can also go ahead and listen to Education Lighthouse for all that help on the strong recovery from the pandemic, which we're hoping for. It can't happen unless we take it seriously. So that's a big thing. It's been unfortunate, it's dragged on far too long, so we need to look at tightening things up. And we'll go there and make sure that you get the support that you need or that you can give to others as well. So tighten up on that, let's tighten everything up and let's get a strong recovery. That aside, I've also got, as you know, the rugby story, the little Mr. Men story. So lots of different levels, all of the different levels are being really kind of allowed for and catered for on these different channels and platforms that I've got. I love it, it's really good. What I really loved was doing something really low-key yesterday and being able to do the Mr. Men story, because so many of the things have been really like very highly ascended and really quite adult-like as well, with the scriptural stuff, and it was just such a nice time just to really fully enjoy relaxing and doing something lovely like that. And I think that's really important in this time where we have to really be sensible and take things serious to come out of the pandemic and get a good strong recovery. It's important that we have things that we really enjoy doing and do things that are less serious as well, and that just helps to balance everything out. So it's good for our mental and emotional health too. So really lovely. Go and check that video out as well, you'll thoroughly enjoy it. And well, goodness knows what's next. Maybe it will be Mr. Men in French. I'm not stating who's going to win today or anything like that either. I think, to be honest with you, our team in Scotland's usually the favourite, but we can't rest on our laurels because France are an extremely strong team. Just look what they did with Wales, and they have been strong in the past. With Scotland, Both teams are really good. They are an alliance. They are known as the Old Alliance anyway, so I'm sure they'll all enjoy themselves no matter what. Just wish them all the best as well, and hope that they can enjoy the full thing. They can just go all out and enjoy the full game, and that people that are watching it can thoroughly enjoy it as well, and that the teams afterwards can truly enjoy it, because this is like the final of all the games, and hopefully everyone else watching from all the other nations can really enjoy it too, no matter what they want or what they're kind of like considering. Hopefully they can all enjoy it as well. And best wishes, one and all, Scotland and France, and be awesome today and always. Blessings, everyone listening and watching.